Welcome back to No Judge Necessary podcast, where we get the opinions like DC, we're crazy like Gaethje, and we're as high as O'Malley. We're the podcast for fight fans that want to see fists fly and don't want to wait on the judges. I'm your host, Brick, and as always, my cornerman, Nil, and Matty P. How we doing, boys?
Man, I'm pumped.
This is the one.
I'm really excited for this card. I feel like I don't remember what was the last big card like this.
Bro, I'm excited, but I got to admit, I'm an idiot. I've got a flight like during the main event.
No.
Oh yeah,
I thought we were live streaming.
we might be, and I might be having to leave. Dude, like I'm a big moron. My flight's at like 10 p.m. Western time, bro.
And
That's
the
like
main event starts
main
at
event.
like 7. Well, we will catch us on the live stream tomorrow because we're going to be getting Nil hammered before this flight.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I'm hearing. But
Yeah, catch me on the
And
live stream.
constantly trying to convince him to just stay or move
Yeah,
the
just-
flight.
fuck the
Nah,
flight.
dude, nah. I'm catching this flight, hell or high water, fam. You best
So
believe
you're
that.
gonna be catching these hands before you're catching that
Bro.
flight.
I'm like Donald Cerrone when it's a short notice fight. I'm catching this shit, bro. Trust. I already
You're
know.
like Dan Hooker right now. You're like, it don't matter. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
there.
exactly. I'm gonna
Fuck
make
the
weight. I'm gonna
visa.
show up. Fuck the visa issue, bro. Yeah, that's me right now. But I looked into rescheduling. It's like 400 bills to push it back like 8 hours. It's like so not worth it. It's like
Yo,
whatever.
fuck that. Flights right now are like 400 bills.
Correct.
That's crazy. But leading us into a huge weekend of fights. I don't know if y'all caught it. I was at 5 a.m. live streaming for a massive One Revolution card.
Sick
This
card.
shit was sick. And any one championship fighters out there that are watching this podcast, or we can test it out on other promotions. If you want to win your next fight,
Hop on the pod.
come on, no judges necessary. Every fighter that has come on, no judges necessary. Jackie Boonton, unanimous decision. Troy Worthen hasn't fought yet. And then Marcus Buchecha, first round sub. And James Franklin Yang, second round TKO. I'm saying,
Let's get it.
talk to us.
That's
We'll give you
a lot
that
of pressure.
magic rub
A lot of
down.
pressure on us.
No, it's no pressure.
No, it's just
Our interviews are no pressure. We're just talking to
No,
you.
dude. I
And
mean,
and that's why they win it. And that's why they
Sure,
win
they
it.
got to go
because
through the
it's relatable.
fighting and do the pressure and the weight cut and the camp, but now we have it really on our backs now because it's up to us for the day. Is how
Yeah,
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
But we already have the magic sauce. We have the magic rub down. We just got to keep the sauce the
Juice
same.
is temporary.
Well,
but sauce lasts forever.
we have to be selective though because people are going to start fighting each other.
Yeah. So we're gonna pick people in each division. We got to start picking dudes in divisions. We've already got our
We gotta
guys.
start selling spots on the show.
Yeah, like this is our guy. We can't compete with him. We got to start Rico Boscoing people and like, yo, like we don't. If we don't fuck with him, he's the enemy, kind of thing.
Dag, listen. We know.
I'm
we
also
know
down to have pretty much anyone on this shit.
Now we need to get Ricky Tercios next. My boy hit me up and he's like, I'll listen to your pod, but only if you get Ricky Tercios on the pod.
Pretty Ricky, let's do it.
So
Dag,
that's
hey, it's $500. It's $500. You get a slot on the pod. No questions
just-
asked, and you get
we're
a
just-
free dub. It's a
I
free
mean,
dub.
For a free win,
from the
really? I mean, you're making what? At least $12K off that. That's definitely worth it. But
let's hop into some recap though.
yeah,
I mean, James Yang to start it off, ultra impressive. Took him down, ground and pounded him. Like, just looked well-rounded, looked the part. Looks like everything he said when he's like, I've been around the world and gotten a wealth of experience everywhere. You could see it. You can honestly see all the experience and the knowledge that he soaked up from all these places. And the sky's the limit. And not even just because he came on the pod. That's just what I see as the fighter.
yeah, and with him coming on the pod, like kind of like he said, how he talked, he was just like, I'm ready for this moment. I'm well trained. I'm well rounded, and I don't want to sound cocky, but I'm probably gonna finish doing the first round. And he got it done in the second, but it was a dominant performance.
So
I
let me
think-
guess, you hammered that.
Barstool Sportsbook, I gotta get in touch with them. We didn't have one championship lines, so I was pretty upset with that. We'll get in touch with the people.
I think James Yank's time in that whatever was he in that like monk temple that was like, yo, he had to fight people like daily or weekly.
Yeah, that was in Thailand.
Yeah, there's like 160 people, and you just call someone out, and you got to fight them. Like today's your turn.
Once a month, you had to fight for basically like
your territory,
your spot, like your respect, like. You know, every month you had like a.
That's gonna pay off in one championship.
Dude, that sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah, no, he said it was sick. He was there like 2 years.
Like what? That sounds dope. That's like on some Yoel Romero shit. Like they said it for him. And
but that's what I think prepared him for this moment. It's just another scrap. It's just another battle.
Right.
And it looked that way. Mm-hmm. So good on him. And then we had Marcus Buchecha Almeida. Holy shit.
Dude, this guy is going to be a fucking problem in this.
I did not.
Bro, so like 14-time BJJ world champ that we're talking about. Unreal on the ground. No gi, doesn't matter. He will destroy you jiu-jitsu wise. This cat early on just sort of figured it out, landed a couple clean shots. Then he was like, you know what? I'm going to take this bitch to the ground. Dumped him on the ground, got like north-south, and started raining knees on his head.
Dude,
knees.
He was getting airborne.
Like
he was getting airborne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like some real old school knees.
Like
and then
donkey kick.
That opens up the north-south choke. Bam. Done.
Over.
What was the fight? A minute? Like
yeah, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch this on YouTube for sure.
Holy shit. I saw this fight and literally the only thing that came to my mind was like, holy shit. Like just one of those like
and
yo.
It was like a disgusting one where you're like, I don't know.
Even the way
I liked what I just saw, but I liked it.
Even the way he got, what was really impressive too is the way he got to north-south. Like he took him down, and it was just a strategic, just dominant. I'm gonna go from half guard to 3/4 guard to side mount right into north-south. I have full control of you. I can do whatever I want. And then I'm going to start raining knees on your forehead. So, seemed like a decent game, but I'm big in on him. I think he's going to be a problem because I think there's a lot of brawlers and some wrestlers, but I don't think there's really slick jiu-jitsu type game like that.
If you look at heavyweights,
it's weird. When I've watched one, it seems like they don't grapple as much.
Typically, no, because a lot of the fighters come from,
which is good. Like I like watching striking mostly, but it's just something I've noticed. Like there isn't as many like, oh shit, this dude's gonna wrestle the fuck out of him. Like
there's definitely a few pure wrestlers, especially from like the Middle East and like Eastern Europe, but it's definitely a lot more of Asian, striking Muay Thai, striking martial arts are what everyone kind of starts at. It's either kickboxing, Muay Thai.
This is why I think Buchecha is going to have success because in my personal opinion, when I view shit, it's easier for a lifelong grappler to get hands and become a solid striker than it is a lifelong striker to become a solid grappler. And that's why I think this cat's going to dominate the shit.
And obviously, it's something that I'm going to want to see later in his fights and really see.
Bro, jiu-jitsu and control with knees to a ground.
I actually went back right after I watched it. His first couple of combos that he threw to set up his takedown, it was quick. It was in the first 20 seconds of the fight. But he threw a couple combos, and they were crisp, and they got his attention, and that's how he's level changed so easily. So, obviously, that's something I want to see more in someone he can't just immediately take down. But I don't think that's a part of his game that's going to be just lost. And then moving on to the main card, Victoria Lee, the 17-year-old.
Bro, this whole family is a problem. There's like 3 of them that just keep dominating on one. Yeah, Kristen Lee. Yep.
And Angela.
I didn't know you could fight at 17. That's dope.
She made her debut at 16.
Yeah.
They kind of made I think it was sort of a you're elite, so you can fight.
You need a note from your mother, but it's still okay. You're good enough.
You need a note from your mother and 2 siblings who also fight in the organization.
Didn't she win, though?
That's the rule. Yes, she did. dominant. She basically, honestly, her striking, and she's 17, so has time to work on her game. But to be critical of her striking is decent. Her defense is pretty terrible on her feet. But the second she gets into the clinch, it's game over. She starts throwing knees to the body. She'll hip toss you. And then once she gets you on the ground, it's dominant positions. She's doing
But was
this.
this just the person who was not that good in the clinch, though?
No, but this is the second straight. This is the second straight.
This is the third one. And this is why I believe it. Huh? No. She made her debut at 16. She's already had her third fight at 17.
Okay, gotcha.
And this is where I believe it, because Vic Souza has a slick jiu-jitsu game. She came up from Brazil. So it was actually pretty impressive. And really what she's doing, she's very flexible. And she gets in this side guard where she keeps one hook in, so it's almost a three-quarter guard. But then she puts her other knee on the opponent's elbow and pins her knee down, or pins her arm down, and just rains elbows from the top.
That's what you do to your little brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Except not with the elbows part. You never actually did it, but you pinned him that way.
Bro, she's pretty dominant. I mean, the sky's the limit. 17 and whooping people's ass. It's pretty impressive.
The only thing I will say for her, because she has the name, because she has the hype, I think she's got to wait to get to the true top of this division. Because the striking up there is elite. And I think if she can't immediately get a takedown and she's with some of these women that have that top level knockout power, her guard isn't very good. But something she can learn, because something we'll talk about in the main event fight, Christian Lee's guard is elite. So, next, Anatoly Malikin.
Yo.
Put this Russian on your radar. I'm telling you. This
absolute meathead of a Russian. Exactly what you would picture a heavyweight, juice looking Fedor, but roided out, shredded looking Fedor. And he came through with the left hook after a 2-punch combo and put this Iranian dude into oblivion.
It was he kind of reminds me of.
And it was done.
He sort of got that old school Chuck Liddell type style where head goes down and the shoulders just start turning. It's
very stiff.
Square. Yeah, stiff, but
he can't do this, but he can fight like a motherfucker.
Exactly, and he's got some power. And yeah, like Neil said, how he finished the fight, it was a left jab, right hook that really put him out on his feet, and then a left hook that put him into the grave. It was bad.
It was real bad.
So definitely put him on your notice. A new guy that you definitely have to put on your notice, Jae-Woon Kim. He was the 5th-ranked fighter in his division, called out Martin Nguyen, who's a 4-time one championship champion. He was the number 1 contender, and everyone was kind of saying Martin Nguyen's got a couple flash knockouts, but is he the real deal? This dude is the real deal. He caught him with this short. It looked like Martin Nguyen was going to put a combo on him, and he hit him with this Jet Li 6-inch punch, just inside right, and knocked his lights out. It was crazy.
So wait, Nguyen went to sleep?
Yeah, Martin Nguyen, the legend. He has, I think, the second most
Martin Nguyen is a legend in one.
Okay.
And he went to bed in row.
Went to sleep. So he called out for a title shot. I mean, in one, they'll give you your title shot early. I think you knock out the number 1 contender. Why not? I don't care if you're the number 5. So put Jae-Woon Kim on your radar. And then this is when we get into the 3 title fights. Joshua Pacquiao defended his strawweight title against Saruta. This was a trilogy fight, and Pacquiao won the last 2, going along with Nil's theory of whoever wins the second always wins the third.
I mean, it's not always, but statistically, it's 90%.
Right.
So, I'm going to say it's always.
Yeah.
So, wait, Pacquiao lost the first one, but then ran it back and won them?
Yeah. So, Pacquiao lost the first one, won the second one to get his belt back, defended his belt twice, and then they had this trilogy and knocked him out.
Oh,
it was a bang.
settled.
It was a
Settled.
fight.
Oh, I'm in. Yo, Joshua Pascal, he trains out of this gym, Matty P, that's like known as Team Lakai. They're known for like throwing this spinning back kick, like one specifically to the body, and having red shorts. That's like Team Lakai. It's like stupid, bro.
I'm glad you brought that up.
It's the craziest gym.
A crazy stat is Team Lakai, when one was first kind of getting going about 6-8 years ago, they held, I believe it was either 6 or 7 out of the 10 possible belts in men's and female division. Yeah, Team Lakai ran shit.
Yeah, so there's legendary.
They were legends of one. They kind of helped real start one. They now have one champion, and that is Joshua Pascal. So this was huge for them to like keep
Still
the
have a belt.
They're
Yeah,
the
fuck.
pride of Philippines.
They're
now,
like Jackson's MMA.
Yeah.
If you're like a UFC guy that doesn't know what we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
But let's hop into the main event, right?
One last fight real quick. Capitan, I don't know if you know him, the kickboxer. Capitan.
Yeah, Peach in the Academy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the guy with the crazy colored hair. The guy who always has different colored hair every fight. Sometimes it's lime green. Sometimes it's all white with spotted red.
Really? I think it was just black this time.
He always has different hair, bro.
Huh.
Isn't he the baby shark?
And
And he comes out in the baby shark and they do that do and he fucking dances his whole way in.
I don't think so.
All right, well, either
I'm not
way,
sure.
this guy's a savage. I know what we're talking about.
Retained his title. Just, dude, this guy's body shots are just vicious. Just kicks on kicks on kicks.
Who did he defeat?
He defeated Mehdi Zatout, who fighter out of Algeria, he's actually fighting out of Philippines, but he's from Algeria.
Okay.
So it was a great fight, honestly.
I saw a lot of the highlights.
Yeah, it was electric. It was definitely one of those. And it's interesting. The announcers were kind of saying it where sometimes in kickboxing, because they're so active and they fight so often, when a guy thinks he has the fight in the bag, that 5th round, he sometimes won't go all out. Because Capitan kind of had it sort of 3 rounds to 1, and he really was sort of just dancing around, kind of doing like the Muhammad Ali kind of, shimmy shake and stuff in the 5th round. But then in his post-fight interview, he was like, I want to apologize to the fans. I'm better than this. I got to put on a better performance and stuff. So it was an interesting thing, but he kept his belt. And then let's get into the main event, the shocker of the night. It's the year of Akrayun upsets. That's just the way it is.
Akrayun defeated Christian Lee for the 1 lightweight world championship. He beat him on decision, bro.
It was a razor thin.
But this is what Akrayun does. He gets in wild fights. You win the majority of the pressure battle. He wins majority of the volume. You get 1 power shot. So now how do you score this fight? You get 1 clean knockdown. I landed more volume than you the entire fight.
Yep.
You got 1 clean knockdown and you had all the pressure. And I fought with my back against the cage but landed volume the entire fight. This is what this cat does every time. It's impossible to score, and I almost feel like he's a heel. He's a heel. Everyone hates him, and it's just like he's a heel, dude. And the controversy that he won this fight, and you have to bring an immediate rematch is so awesome. And Christian Lee called for an immediate rematch.
Yeah, Christian Lee was like, "This is bullshit." All the respect to Akrayun, but I won that fight. But
when it's that razor thin, it stays with the champ. One championship, gotta realize that.
Yeah, but I think one championship
does.
In one thing, maybe that's just the way that we're trained to think.
Yeah, but they don't do the round scoring.
They don't do ground scoring, which is true, and so I think the volume over the overall fight definitely helped Akrayun. But maybe one championship, who are the master marketers, are like, it's smarter to give the new guy the belt and immediately do the rematch, and now it's more exciting.
Bro, they have to run it back. This is a sick fight when they run it back.
It was a banger. Yeah. I don't know if y'all were watching if y'all are gonna go back, you can always rewatch the fights on YouTube.
Yeah,
And
no, that's what I
watch
said
this
earlier. I
one.
said I gotta go watch these on YouTube because that's where I always watch the one fights.
Oh yeah.
I saw a clip of Akrayoun getting caught, but
All right.
Akrayoun is just known for the pressure, and this is just sort of what he does. I'm kind of glad he won it. It's like a new phase, and if Christian Lee legit, he'll come back and finish him.
Yeah, they each got a flash knockdown in the third round, and that was pretty much it for like big notable moments, and then it was just kind of back and forth action.
But yeah, let's hop into it.
That was sort of the tough thing where I thought Christian Lee was going to get better scoring because his guard is great. He didn't really let a lot of big shots hit him, but oh well. Hopefully we'll get a rematch on that. Great card. Go back, watch on YouTube. I think we have a few kind of MMA housekeeping things to go over before we get to the card.
John Jones.
What the fuck?
What are we doing, bro? Like, it's not like, ooh, shocker. Not really.
John Jones is hella funny, bro. He is like me at like 17 or 18, but just never stop doing that. Like, you're just being wild for nothing. Like, I saw him in interviews earlier that day, like just talking about like what's going down from like the heavyweight thing, and I was like, okay. It's like, bro, come on. I know you like to get it popping. Like, I know that's what. Yeah, he was there to get inducted into the Hall of Fame or something already.
Yeah, bro. Even Dave himself was like, we can't even keep this cat here for 12 hours in Vegas. Like, I'm not even surprised. Like, neither am I. I wasn't even surprised when I heard it, but it's just like.
No, I'm not surprised either.
The only thing that was funny was like a few clips of like his.
What even happened? I don't even know what happened. I have no clue what the charges
are. Domestic assault.
Yeah,
domestic assault. Cops were called it.
Beat someone's ass.
Domestic assault. Cops were called at 5:45 in the morning. That's all I know.
Okay. Yeah, so this like could have like done some.
Most likely his wife, but I don't want to make any accusations. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh hell no. Yeah.
Not good.
No.
Yeah.
No. If
But
that's
like,
the truth, that's what's really going down. I
saw a few.
Already had so many warnings or so many.
Yeah.
And obviously, UFC's not going to cut him, but he's going to lose me as like a fan for sure because that's just too much. That's the last.
Yeah, because
I came in a little late to the UFC, like so. I came in after a lot of the drama, so like I liked him just because like, oh, this dude's dope. And then then I look back and I'm like, all right, well, I've already kind of came in.
And there's still a part of me that is sort of like, bro, if you're that good at fighting that you don't have to train and you can just do a bunch of fucking blow and like beat and then BTC and beat these legendary fighters, go for it, homeboy. Like, I don't really give
a fuck about that. That's why I liked it at first. I'm like, dude, that's kind of crazily dope. Like, that good. And then, but then the other shit where it's just like, bro, like you're making it to a point where, and we don't know the story, so I can't.
Exactly. But I feel like each story just gets a little bit worse. It was like, okay, now we got the DUI, and it's like, okay, that's not great.
Yo,
then he got the DUI with like that pregnant lady that he left or something. You're just like, that's not great. Now he might be beaten.
Yesterday, I was seeing clips go viral of him at like interviews. And I was like, damn, like, I'm not a fan of John Jones anymore. But I was like, damn, kind of seems like John's in a good place. Like, good for him.
Yeah. No,
like, that's like the vibes that I got. And then this shit broke this morning. And I was like, not surprised.
John's looking good. He's feeling
he like sounds well spoken. He's calm. He's like, in a misdemeanor. Like,
I just had the realization. You know what I think John Jones is? He's just Ricky Bobby's dad. Like, the second things start going good, he's like, nah, I got to get kicked out of an Applebee's. Like, I'm getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. My life's starting to look good. Like, I got to get arrested. Like, I got to put some Bam Bam out of the seat and go drive with a cougar or something.
All right. I gotta. Speaking of getting arrested, I gotta bring up Dylan Dennis getting subbed. By that
I thought he had that like jiu-jitsu. What happened?
No, I mean, in all fairness, I think he does have like a boofed ass knee or leg, but still, you should be getting subbed by a security dude, unless that guy's raw. You never know. Maybe dude's a fucking brown belt at the local thing.
That guy's going hella viral and selling like t-shirts and shit.
But bro, that's so funny. That is the most well-deserved shit I've ever seen in my life because he makes fun of everybody. The worst times he's in their comments, bam, 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 talking all this shit to anybody and everybody. So to have that happen is and get it on camera. To have that on camera right there so perfectly.
Just so perfect.
Right. It's gold. It's gold because he's supposed to be the jiu-jitsu guy. It's gold.
And the tap's so good because it's almost like no regular person would tap that quick because like our brains wouldn't even go to that.
You know, Sickles wrestled in high school.
Wait, Sickles wrestled him in high school?
Yeah, and he said he was a piece of shit. He would like try and cheat and would like throw bows and like try to hit you in the gut and shit. And like he was a real shitbag.
Dude, I can believe that. Fuck Dylan Dennis.
Yeah, but he was like nice, but he would like.
I'm still in my McGregor, but that's another.
Nah, fuck that. He got choked out. It's just funny that Mike Perry's like, all y'all fucking people that is like stop police abuse is now fucking laughing at Dylan Dennis. Like, that's what that let off the pot or your intro.
Yo, wait. What did Perry say?
Yo, here, let me play it. Let me pull up the audio, dude.
Oh,
yeah,
Perry's the truest shit I ever heard.
Yeah, Mike Perry goes off.
See, that's when I knew officially our society is fucked. Is when Mike Perry is the like word of
is putting a mirror to society.
Exactly. Like that's when I knew we were officially fucked.
Here we go.
I fuck with Mike Perry, so
I think it was. I don't know how many hours ago this was. All right, here we go.
Talk about y'all hypocrites, man. Talk all that mess about cops bullying people, and then Dylan Dennis gets bullied by a police officer. No one wants to help him. Everybody's talking trash to him. You don't fight the police.
It's security guard. First off,
not a cop.
Yeah, definitely not a cop, dude.
Yeah, definitely not a cop.
No, he does have a point. If it was a cop, no, bro, it is.
Exactly. Because what we would be clowning if Dylan Dennis actually put in the butterfly hooks, turned on him, and RNC'd the cop. That would be a bigger story than what happened.
No. Here's what would happen if he broke that and was just like, no, I'm not. No.
That's State gotta get their head out of their ass.
It's just breaking position and being in a better spot. The fact that he was wrapped up in a full body triangle, like how did he get there? Like you were done, eaten up by a snake at that point, and it was just funny to me because after all the shit he talks, and
it was too good.
Oh, and something else I had to bring up because I haven't talked to Matty P since it's been announced. Your boy Max in November.
Yair.
That's gonna be absolutely.
I like Yair a lot, so I don't want to see Yair lose, but he's gonna lose. So.
All right, real quick before we hop into the pod, I just want to say fuck the Australian and New Zealand government for restricting the fighters training at their gym before going on fights and giving them like 3 hours to fly out, come back before
and then snitching on them,
fight.
And like bringing
and then
journalists.
Having journalists, how the fuck is a journalist an essential media person that can be out and about and film this fucking guy go into his own gym where it's just him and one coach where he's fucking training? That's it. That's all he's doing. People are trying to make a fucking living and you can't even let it happen.
Yeah, it's like he's out there selling the coronavirus to people or something.
Yeah, this is fucking.
Bro, it's so fucked up. And then you're gonna laugh on him when he fucking loses. But if he wins, it's like, great fucking job, New Zealand.
Yeah,
great fucking job.
Zealand.
The pride of Australia. You fuck out of here, bro. You tried to hinder the camp in every which way possible from everyone from that side of the world. I've seen people like Thailand to Dubai.
Volk was cool. They're different places, right? Though.
Yes, but somehow Volk just got the exception.
But even then, that's like part of the bullshit. That's what they're kind of saying is that it's kind of entirely up in the air. certain people they prefer to help out, then they'll help out. If you play in the fucking NRL, you get help. But if you're Dan Hooker, you get fucked.
Bro, there was a fucking cricket match last week.
That's why Izzy said he's not gonna fight there ever again. Which I don't believe it. I think he still would if they
it's
brought the right.
Bro. What?
It is bullshit.
But yeah, let's hop into this fucking card.
So how do y'all want to do it? I got some fan questions. They are kind of specific to some of the fights.
All right, just throw them out there. Fan questions.
We bring them up?
Fan questions.
Let's hop into some fan questions.
Hit it.
All right. First one. Will Lawler Diaz live up to the hype, or will they gas out and be boring?
Nah, it's not going to be the most.
It's not going to be boring, but something crazy could happen to where it doesn't become what we thought it would. Like a crazy, something quick.
This is my thought. It's not going to be the most exciting fight in the world, but I guarantee you there's going to be at least 2 to 3 fire-ass memes that come out of this shit.
Big
and that's why it's going to be a good fight. Like, for that alone.
Bro, I hate you.
You know what I mean?
If there's a bad meme of Nick, I'm going to be hella sad again. Because the shadow boxing was enough. I don't need to see more bad memes of him.
Because, you know what I'm trying
shadow boxing was awesome.
There's going to be a meme that's going to be worth the price of admission for this fight. But this fight itself is out of 10. If 10 was, it absolutely lived up to its hype, I'm going 6.5, 7.
Yeah, but only because the hype is crazy.
Yeah,
still
but
out of 10 of decent fights, I still think it's going to be a 7. I think it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah,
but you're right. I don't think it can't live up to the hype that it has. There's just no way.
On the more realistic scale, if you take some hype out of it, it's more probably like 7.5, 8, maybe 8.5 fight. But the hype is so high, it's just. It's almost impossible.
Why I love this fight, obviously, every reason. If they tried to sell us this snake oil salesman style of hey, this is a huge fight night event, and I'd be like, come on. But just as the first or second fight on the main card of this stacked card, I'm all in on it. Next question: has Marlon Moraes' chances at a title run officially ended?
Oh,
and they also threw in, is this a tough matchup here with Diva Shelley, who's a relentless grappler?
Man.
Oh, what a question. I mean, to answer it now, nobody's title run is necessarily over. You get 2 or 3 fucking finishes and you're right back in it. I think.
But it is his.
Not for Moraes. He's right in that category. If he wins 3 straight fights, you tell me you're not trying to see him fight for the belt? I mean, come on. Especially if he dusts Diva Shelley, the sky's the limit from there. He's only going up. It's fucking someone higher than that, and the belt. So yeah, I think he definitely can regain it. Now, does he win this fight? I don't know. The question's going to be, can he stop the takedowns? If he can keep this in the center of the ring and let his fucking leg kicks go, he's going to light up Diva Shelley and put him to sleep. But if Diva Shelley can close the distance and maybe catch a leg kick or 2 and make it ugly, dirty box, drag it to the floor, Moraes is done.
I think Moraes could potentially make it back to a belt. But that division is rough, bro. So I was like, could he move up? Because he looks hella fucking ripped. Bro, maybe he could use something like a cool little 10 pounds. So I'm thinking 45. I'm like, fuck, 45 stack too. And I'm like, all right, nah, go back down to 35. Fuck that. I mean, I don't think he's touching 25. So yeah, I think he's gonna have to stick it out at 35. He already has a win over Sterling, which I think is probably his worst matchup almost in the division, randomly. Like a wrestler like that.
Somehow, some way, yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll get into this fight a little more, but yeah, I think he could do it. I think anybody around this age, if the right things happen, the right shifts happen, maybe a right change in camp, a right added coach, some things can lead to he shows up at Trevor Whitman's front door and all of a sudden they're working together. It's like, oh, okay, hold on, what's happening?
Oh wait, yeah, no. New second wind. Love it. Similar question, but different fighter. Do you think Dan Hooker will get another title run, or do you maybe see him as more of a gatekeeper of the lightweight division?
Oh man,
No,
I like
he's-
Dan Hooker a lot. So this question is a very tough one because I want to say for sure, like I do think he's gonna have another run because he was right there against Dustin. I think he matches up well with a lot of the division. And I like, but every once in a while, hearing him talk, it scares me. But fighters do that. They'll be like, "Fuck this shit" and retire because they lost or something, which he did one time. So that kind of scared me, and I didn't know how far he would be going because if he wanted to. But hearing him now, he sounds like, man, I don't even care about this number 8 seed. I'm just trying to get to this number 1 spot. Let's go. So
yeah, that's where I think he can definitely. I mean, if he does settle in as a gatekeeper, good luck to the people behind him. But
because I think he's going
to get another title run because, like Neil said in the last fight, all you really need is 2 or 3 fights in a row, and if he can stack up those wins, they're going to be electric enough fights for people to get the hype. Like, no Dan Hooker fight has ever been boring.
The thing with Dan Hooker is he is good enough to beat any fighter on any given day, but he is not good enough to win 5 fights in a row at the elite level. That's why he probably won't be champion.
Right.
But he can beat any fighter on any day. Doesn't matter. Champion, not champion, number 1 contender, not number 1 contender. He can hang and bang with any fighter on the planet Earth. But he's not good enough to win 5 of those in a row to get to the champ, contender, win it, defend it. He's not good enough to do that. And that's not even enough because we're talking like elite from super elite. So it's not even enough. It's just
but
I don't think
look at how this division's always been really strong. Khabib was leading the way. Islam's coming up sharp. It's already kind of getting a little sticky with the with what's going on. So
all that
if
shit.
he wants to do it, if he wants to become champ, he needs to fucking step on the gas, bro, because Islam's coming. And when Islam's going to get there, he's going to be annoying like Khabib and they're winning every time. Like, and not annoying like I don't like them, like annoying just like, oh, well, like,
can't beat him.
Here we go again. Like, what's the point of this fight? So he needs, but he's ahead of Islam right now at number 8.
Islam's number 5.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why the fuck did they give him number 5? That's bullshit. He should be like number 10.
I know.
All right. Anyways, Dan can string together 3 wins for sure. I don't know about 5, like you're saying. He can string together 3.
But that's exactly my point. Those 3 wins will only get him to like the contender spot, and he's not good enough to win 4. So then he'll fall back and we'll write him off, and he'll win 3 in a row, and then he'll get right back there and fucking take it out and come back. And
so the answer to the question is yes. Will he have a title run? Yes. Will he get the title?
All right, what's the next question?
Let's see. A lot of the questions are about the co-main and the main event. We'll get into those later into the pod. The last question I got, this is a pretty good one. Roxanne Modaferri is 25-19 as a professional fighter. How the fuck does she keep getting fights in the UFC? Smiley face emoji.
She started 0-19.
Nah, because if you watch a Roxanne fight, if you understand MMA, she's pretty well rounded, pretty tough fighter, and like comes to bring it and like had a rough go at it early, but like has bounced back. Like that's like she's like the story of MMA. That's why she's still here. Like at some point you gotta respect the people that just went out and fought all the time, learned from their losses, came back, like got like
I'm gonna be
figured it out.
I
figured it out. Like you have to respect that. Like it's different from other sports where it's like, oh, you got drafted and you take. No, it's like this person's earned it. They put in 26 fights, like 26 wins. I mean, how many years do you think Roxanne been training? Like,
dude, her first
that's why she's here.
Her first fight was in 2003. They said.
All right, so 18 years. You don't think she deserves a UFC fight? I mean, come on. You got to win a record. 18 years.
Too. Like, she wins a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I didn't write the question.
It's just I get it.
In the UFC, I've been like, I remember watching her on The Ultimate Fighter.
But I get it. I get it to the like naked eye in the sense of like, all right, Roxanne Modaferri, not very exciting of a fighter, 25 and 18. Why are you here? And it's like,
what's going on?
But if you look at the other side of the coin, it's the excitement. It's the fact that it's 18 years in the work making. It's the grind. It's the fact that there's kind of a fan base because people just dig the awkwardness. Like,
yeah, I feel that. But those are some fun questions. Definitely send us some more on Twitter. We'll get your questions on the next pod. But let's get into it. Some pre-fight diaries. UFC 266. Let's do it. First fight.
Get it.
We got.
oh, shit. We got Omar Morales, 11-1, taking on Stephen Pearce, 10-4. What division is this?
Well,
In the 145 division.
Jonathan Pearce is fighting Omar Morales. Stephen Pearce is the former
Did I say
Red
Stephen
Sox.
Pearce?
Yeah.
It's Jonathan
That's
Pearce.
the former Red Sox who won the
Whatever.
World Series MVP. But shout out Stephen Pearce.
Jonathan Pearce, Omar Morales, first fight, 145 pounds. What are we doing? Sorry.
I'm all in on this Omar Morales cat.
Me too. Yeah.
He really impressed me in his last fight. What he did to Shane Young, I like Shane Young a lot. That was very impressive. His only loss in the UFC was to Giga Chicken Daisy on decision, and that's kind of what happens to everybody who fights. Yeah, that's kind of what happens if you fight Giga. You lose on decision somehow, some way. So, I mean, Gabriel Benitez, solid decision. I would like to see him maybe try to get a finish in this win. Every fight's kind of gone the distance, but there's something to be said where, like, I think we lust for these finishes. Obviously, we're no judge in that. We always want finishes, but there is something to be said where you can put a full 15 together on, early in your UFC career.
Let's go.
And then this is the time in your career where hopefully you can start developing some of those finishes and being a little more exciting. But I'm all in on Omar Morales.
Yeah, I'm all in on this fight going the distance.
Really?
Yep, that's all I have on this fight. That's what I like.
Omar by decision is probably the safest go.
But I'm not ultra confident in Omar by decision. I think
we're getting similar odds. Omar Morales is minus 155. The fight to go the distance, minus 155. So
I like both.
Yeah.
Some nice light favorites. Start out the card a little hot. I like it. Next fight. It's your boy.
We got Matt Semelsberger, 8-3, taking on Martin Sano, 4-2-1 in the men's welterweight division.
You gonna say your catchphrase?
What, with a name like Semelsberger, it has to be good?
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Dude, I feel like this cat fights every fucking month. I feel like we're constantly talking about Matt Semelsberger.
He's got like 11 fights.
He's got 11 fights, and I feel like I talked about half of them.
Fights every month. He couldn't get a year in.
It doesn't make sense. But I feel like we're talking about this cat all the time. I think this is a fill-in fight for Martin Sano. And I kind of almost want to take him as a massive underdog.
He's a massive dog. Tell me the odds.
Oh, did you know Sano beat Geoff Neal on the regional scene?
Let's go. I don't know why. I was sniffing this one. He's lost. Plus 330.
He's lost his last two fights.
Let's go. The hungry dogs run faster. This kid's due.
And his last fight was a draw.
No, I always think that's
his last two fights were a loss in a draw Bellator.
So he's improving, is what you're telling me. So he's going to go loss, then draw, and then win. That's what I'm hearing. Plus 330 on Martin Sano.
Yeah,
minus 455 on Matt Semelsberger.
He beat Jeff Neal, Enemy of the State. Enemy of the State 1. Sponsored
He said
by
the
20.
movies.
He beat Jeff Neal, Enemy of the State 1, sponsored by 24/7 Entertainment.
Who named it that?
No
Was
idea.
Jamie Foxx in that, or who was the guy in
www.24-7fighting.com. That's
Oh,
it,
sorry,
bro.
this
That's
is the
it, bro.
cast for the movie.
Yeah, this was just casting for stunt doubles. Well, fuck it. I'm taking Sano. Y'all got anything else?
No,
Next fight.
I don't know bad shit. Sorry.
Hmm.
We got Nick Maximov, 6-0, taking on Cody Brundage, 6-1 in the men's middleweight division.
I got Maximov, man. Maximov, high-level wrestler, high-level jiu-jitsu dude, good on the ground, so I always like that. And then this Cody dude, I don't know much about him, but I know his whole camp isn't there. And then what's his name's randomly filling in. James Krause is randomly filling in to be his coach, which is dope, but it's also like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
so dealing with a whole bunch of craziness. This other guy's solid. He trains with the Diaz bros. I don't know.
That's why I'm in on Maximov. Again, two kind of younger fighters. I don't know a ton about him, but I did know Maximov trains with Nick Diaz and stuff. I've seen a lot of videos of them rolling. He seems pretty slick on the ground.
I just don't trust the last name Brundage.
I was just going to say, Cody Brundage.
I really don't.
He sounds like
sounds like
douche that,
Grundle or like
played.
my
And his
balls are
first
like.
name's Cody, which doesn't help.
Yeah, he just sounds like a lax player. Like, he just sounds like a lax bro that, like, I want to fight.
Cody
So-
Brundage. I'm just not. Nah. I'm good.
Surprisingly, the odds are very close, minus 139 on Maximov.
Cody
Plus
Brundage
110
sounds
Brundage.
like a name of like the
Country
high
music
school.
star.
No, like in like a show like where it's like about high school kids. It's like the jock name, like Cody.
Yeah,
Brundage.
Yeah. He's like,
He's randomly like 30, and then everyone's
Right.
like
he looks like he's 30.
14 in there. Yeah.
He's got that kind of flowing hair and always wearing a Letterman. It's like, bro, it's June. Like, why are you wearing your Letterman jacket? Like, it's fucking 95 degrees out. What are we doing? So, out on Cody Brundage. Next fight.
We got Uros Medic, 7-0 out of Serbia, taking on Jalen Turner, 10-5 out of the USA in the men's lightweight division. This is a sick fight.
This is the, if you don't know, you should know fight.
Someone's getting knocked the fuck out. Someone's getting finished.
Yeah.
And I flip-flopped completely. At first, I was like, Euros Medic, he's winning, no doubt. No doubt.
No, he's known as the doctor because his last name is Medic or
Right.
Medic. Like, so it's like the doctor Medic.
I don't know. I see. You know what? I like that. But I
do
flipped.
too.
I said Turner all day. So I got a feeling. I don't know. I'm going with the feeling. Turner's like, his arms are like Durant's, so he'll just slap him from across the room.
What I'm really hoping is that in this point in the night, because obviously it's a Saturday, I'll be betting on soccer, then college football. I'm hoping I have a lot of money in the account because minus 182 for this fight to not go the distance, that is great money. That is great money.
That's a hold on at the line. Just boom, boom,
Cash.
free throw, cash,
Easy.
right there.
But I'm also in on Medic. I think this dude is going to be an absolute problem, and I think he's one of those kind of soft-spoken dudes that like
He
we're
just
gonna
needs his first
play,
L.
and he's going to be in the top 10.
He just needs his first L before he can really get up into the mix, and he's about to. I feel like he's about to take that.
I don't think it's yet. I don't think yet. I like Jalen Turner. I think he is slick, but Burroughs is one of those dudes who I think like doesn't seem like it, but the second he puts your hands on you, you
Really
realize it's a different power and it changes the fight. That's what I've seen in every one of his fights, where it seems like they're fine and then he lands one good shot and everyone's like, oh, this is different. So I like Medic at -134. Jalen Turner coming in plus 108. Next fight.
We got Roxanne Modaferri, 25-18 out of the USA, taking on Talia Santos, 17-1 out of Brazil in the female flyweight division. We were talking about this earlier. What are we thinking now? Now that we've talked about Roxanne, do we think she wins this fight?
No. Santos is a beast, dude. I think
Yeah.
Maybe though. Maybe every time I'm wrong with Roxanne.
So that's the thing. That's the thing. Talia Santos.
I got Roxanne by sub. Roxanne by sub.
I feel like Roxanne keeps getting fed people that are like 13, 12-0, 12-1, whatever. I don't know about 17-1. That's kind of what I'm at.
Bro,
is like this is sort of the brink though. This is sort of the edge that we're teetering on with Roxanne.
Right.
No? Like she always fights that 9-0 up and comer that's like, oh shit, mad hype, and she stuffs them every time. And this is the first time that I feel like the opponent actually has some experience.
Round 3 sub.
But I can see that.
Y'all want to hear some odds?
Yeah, I do.
Talia Santos is a -400 favorite.
Oh, I'm taking Roxanne. Let's go.
Was this a last-minute fight, yo?
Roxanne in the third round would be plus 2,500. Matty P always come with those crazy odds.
You got to, because nobody really fucking knows, so you might as well just throw a dart at the dartboard and say a prayer.
You said Roxanne by submission? That's plus 1,200. Just for submission.
I wonder if I could somehow get it submission in the third. I don't know.
Not sure. I think you can bet the round, or at least on the Barstool Sportsbook, you can do it on the round or the method. But either way, you're getting some crazy juice if you're crazy.
I can see it, man. She always boosts me, so it's.
That's what I was kind of thinking, like where everyone just thinks this is easy money on Talia, and she just suffocates her.
Oh man.
Talk about another fighter that I am always wrong on. Neil, what do we got on the next fight? Chris Daukaus.
Oh.
Hey, we got Chris Daukaus, 11-3.
Sorry, I just moved that one.
All right.
That just went in and out my ear. I got you.
You got it? All right.
All right, we got Shamil Abdurakhimov, 25 out of Russia, taking on Chris Daukaus, 11-3 out of the USA in the men's heavyweight division.
So,
sorry, I just had an absolute blank of a thought right there.
My question is probably not going to help your brain fart. Have we figured out which fucking Daukaus is which?
No,
bro.
Absolutely not. No, I cannot figure it out. Everyone has that one set of twins that was in your high school that you couldn't figure out. This is Pearce and Kyle Daukaus. Don't even know if they're related, but that's them in the UFC. They are no different than the other one to me. They fight no different. I care about them no differently. There is nothing that separates them. I couldn't give 3 shits if I'm being totally honest.
And if all I know,
completely honest.
Daukaus has fast-ass hands, bro, but
somehow I don't care.
It's the biggest trap of the night.
Is he the former cop?
Yeah.
Then he will get these hands. Fuck the police. Fuck 12. Yeah, fuck 12.
You sure it's not Kyle?
He said
what?
You sure it's not the other Daukaus?
No, I'm sure. I've watched him.
Are you sure? Yeah, real talk. Are you sure about that?
I'm 100% sure.
Okay, because I'm not.
But this is the biggest trapper to me because I checked the odds on this one. I already know, and I'm pretty sure everyone's saying it's Daukaus is going to get this dub. But this other dude's pretty tough, man, and I don't know. It scares me. Like I still think Daukaus. I'm gonna throw in a couple parlays, but man,
all I know is I can't win
on that fight.
I can't win on the Daukaus family. If I bet on them, if I bet against them, like I just get.
I thought you guys would be big Daukauses.
No,
I thought you guys would fuck with them.
No,
is it because you guys are Boston and they're Philly?
Yeah, nah, just fuck this guy.
And I just can't.
Is that what it is?
And I can't remember which one's fucking which, and I just And no matter which way I bet him, I lose. So if y'all want to...
I can totally tell the difference between them. Like, it's not even hard.
No, I really can't. But anyways, I think
One's
Dawkins,
ginormous. The other one's not that big.
if Dawkins is fighting, he gonna win it by KO or some awkward submission. Otherwise, I think Adurakhimov is just gonna ragdoll him for 3 rounds and just pick him up, slam him, pick him up, slam him, and it's gonna be one of those kind of fights. It's gonna be like, oh shit, Shamil got some solid wrestling, or it's gonna be like, damn, Dawkins is legit.
You're gonna lose.
You're probably gonna lose, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just probably what it's gonna be. But fuck.
Can you just bet and then somehow I bet on you losing? Is that?
That's pretty much what I was gonna say. Is whatever you guys like, I'll take one for the team on this one. I'll just bet the other way. We'll be good. The squad will come up.
Wow.
Next fight, the shit show of the card.
Yep.
Let's get into it.
We got Dan the Hangman Hooker, 20-10 out of New Zealand, taking on Nasrat Haqparast, 13-3 in the men's lightweight division. What an absolute dog shit show of a fight.
So, which passport issues would we like?
Yeah,
what's his name?
What?
That's a hard ass name.
Nasrat Haqparast?
Yeah, Nasrat Haqparast. It's not that right.
When I see a P and a Q like that together, I'm like, oh no. I just freak out. I don't know what goes on.
This cat's legit enough that I've learned his name.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
He's Kelvin Gastelum 2.0 to the naked eye. All right? He literally looks like Kelvin Gastelum. He kind of fights like Kelvin Gastelum. I don't think he wins this fight. I think all the shit that went down with Dan Hooker, he doesn't give a fuck who is across from the cage from him.
Bro.
He's going to show up, whoop ass, and be out. That's all he has to do.
Nasrat he flew to his, I think his mom's funeral, and then just flew back. So
after delaying a few days.
I'm not counting him out, but don't count out Dan.
He's got something to fight for too, so Dan's gonna be dealing with a lot. I agree though. I think Dan shines when it's the hardest thing to do ever. Like when it's the worst situation and it's the hardest, you have to be the most durable and kind of gut it out type of guy. I think that's Dan. And I think that's what he's gonna do. And I think he's gonna actually feel really good. I think the fact that everyone's gonna be shocked because I bet he'll say, he's like, I felt really good because he only had 1 day. There was no time to adjust to the new timing. So there was no adjustment period. It was just a bam, bam. And I bet you, I think that'll help someone like Dan. I don't know why. I'm heavy Dan this fight. That's one of my locks tonight.
And I also think Haqparast hasn't fought the level Hooker has, and he's also just going to show up, whoop his ass, and go back home in a matter of 72 hours. That's really at the end of the day what I think it is. Like James Franklin said to us on the pod, he's just a bounty hunter. You set the price, and I collect the cash.
That's it.
That's it.
And also one of the big
shout out James for that iconic line. We gotta get that on a T-shirt or some shit.
Yeah.
You set the price, and I collect the cash, or I collect the body. I forget which one it was. Yeah. We gotta run that.
Or the bounty or something. No.
He said, "I'm a bounty hunter. You set the price, and I collect the body."
I think it was, "I'm a bounty hunter. I would just go collect the body and be out." Or something like that.
We got
That was a badass line, though.
I'll clip it.
We got to clip that. Let's go.
But also look at their records. I could totally see Hooker being 21-10.
Yep.
And Nasrat being
13-4. Facts.
And I always think about
facts.
that. I always think about what number I could see.
I never put it like that.
Wow.
I mean, I have at some times.
It's usually I only usually do that with the fighters with a shit ton of fights, where it's this guy's got 39 wins.
This is
do I see him as a 40-win guy? On Fabricio Verdum or something.
No, you got to be smart. You can't do that. If he's at 39 and you just want to round it to 40, don't do that. Because I used to do that too.
Hey, but actually, 2 things I did want to throw out from the Barstool Sportsbook that are exclusives this weekend, especially if you're out here in Arizona. They have 2 exclusives for UFC 266. First one, we love parlays here. We always love parlays. If you do you got to do a 4-legger or bigger, and it must be over plus 500, and each leg has to be over minus 200. If you lose, you get up to 50% of your bet back for the first $25. So some little free
bets anyways.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna put it in a nice. You always say throw 20 boos on a parlay. That's perfect. They'll give you half your money back if we boof. And then
Nice.
This is the one that's awesome. So you gotta opt into this one before the main card. So go on the promotions tab, opt into the UFC 266 knockout bonus. So this is sick. So you pick any fight, put $50 or more. It's got to be plus 100 or more. And if you win or lose, doesn't matter. For every knockout on the main card, you'll get $5 in bonus cash. So you root for knockouts. I mean, that is the most no judges necessary bet of all time. You already are going to bet on this. You're already going to get plus. We love taking plus money. So that you're going to hit your bet. And then anytime the judges are not necessary, you get 5 boos. It's perfect. So just want to give a shout out to the Barstool Sportsbook. Definitely opt into those. Who doesn't like free money? Next fight.
Sorry, I was looking at the spread.
No worries.
Can you get the next fight?
Next fight, we got Marlon Rice, 23-8-1, taking on Murad Divaswali.
Yeah,
I had to give it to Neil.
Thank you.
But Divashvili, 13-4, fighting out of Georgia.
You guys have me, bro. I was convinced his name was Divashvili. Like,
I can't.
Yeah, it's just
I can't not hear
Steve
it.
Squally. It's just Steve
I
Squally.
can't not hear it now.
Yeah, it's fucked.
No,
I thought it once.
ever since y'all have been saying this for like a year now, I've literally called him that, just thinking that was what it was.
It's not. It's like Divashvili.
Divashvili is how it's correct.
But I've been calling him
It
Divasquali.
doesn't sound as good.
No, Divaswali is way better.
There's no A. There's no second A in there.
Oh, we don't have half the letters, but we're all right.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
But I think Moraes gets this dub. I think, but you know what? I've been wrong. I've bet on Moraes the last like 4 times, and he's been boofing me. So
I think
that
this
was
is
a great call.
I think this is a too fast, too soon. Shout out Fresno State. I don't think these assholes are going to cover the spread, but he's got the money line, so he's happy. Little live betting for y'all. But honestly, I think this is
What it's
like,
on it. Look, the
you guys are always the ones saying it to me. I saw it. You guys are the ones always saying it to me. There's levels to this shit. And I think Marlon Moraes is a little bit too.
No, I think they're on the same level. Don't say that. It's a matter of whose game's going to win what. Who can Divaswali get the takedown or not? He gets the takedown and wins the fight. It stays standing. Rice is KOing him into oblivion.
Right.
That's as dead as nails. How I think this fight goes down.
Bro,
I don't think it's levels. I know what you're saying, but I don't think it's levels in this fight.
This is styles make fights fight, where it's like you're right. Like, but the thing is, with Divashvili, he rushes in, so he does these exposed when he rushes in. So
he's gonna get that young knee
there's
or that outro.
There's opportunities for Moraes to strike, but also Divashvili is like a crazy chain wrestler all day type of thing. So there's going to be lots of like scrambling weird situations where if Moraes is like ready, I feel like he can capitalize and make it pay. But
that's kind of what I'm saying on the levels thing, where it's like I'm not saying that obviously Divashvili's wrestling is on the elite level, but this is MMA. Like, you think Moraes has never been against a fucking elite wrestler? Like, he's seen everything, and I think, like you said, he's gonna find just one opportunity, a big knee, a big counter hook on on an exchange, or exit on her.
And Divashwar likes to throw hands too. Like he's not just Khabib. Like he will stand. He will throw some hands with you in that fight, and I think he may get a little comfortable throwing hands with Moraes too. So it's not a huge guarantee for me, but I lean Moraes. Like, and I'm thinking he's an underdog, right? He's lost like his last 3, so I would want to bet on it.
Moraes is going to have that classic Muay Thai stance, going to be backing up, throwing knee as he's shooting in, hit him, right hook, down. So, second round.
Moraes has only lost to
Chalk it up.
Moraes
by TKO in the second round. Chalk it up.
I like that. I like that call.
That's Mills. If I could,
Moraes
it would be a
TKO,
right as he's shooting. Bam. Who?
That's way too juicy. That's way too juicy.
What? Second round?
I'm taking that. I'm taking
just TKO. Just by KO is plus 650.
Yo, that's big juicy, bro. What?
I like that a lot. That's crazy. I mean, I get it. He's an underdog, but I mean,
that's wild odds for someone like him. What he did to a guy like Aljo, who's Deep Squad's teammate and has a very similar style.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, how? That don't make sense. Vegas wrong on that one, but what do I know? Next fight? We got Jessica Andrade, 21-9, taking on Cynthia Calvillo, 9-2 in the female 125 division. Yo, this is low key the best fight that nobody's talking about. Like,
bro, I think Calvillo is gonna win. I
was saying like
I'll grapple her. I think she's gonna win. She's gonna look really nice.
Cynthia Calvillo, like pretty well rounded, but Andrade fought for the belt before.
Like, I initially thought Calvillo was gonna win this fight right off the jump. That was my thought. But as I kind of thought about it more,
No.
I'll at least give you my take.
What was your initial thought? Sorry.
Was Calvillo would win the fight. So I should go with that. But then where my head's been at is I think these are very similar fighters, and it kind of seems like the same thing of when Jessica Andrade came up and was still, I think, like 10-2 and had to take those licks before she got really to the top of that mountain. And I think this might be one of those moments. But I will say, I don't love that. Jessica Andrade is a minus 265 favorite.
No. Yeah, no, I'm taking Calvillo all day. I think momentum is a big thing. Andrade's lost twice in 2 divisions where she's like, how the hell am I going to get back? Who am I fighting for the belt? Am I motivated to do this shit? Because I'm not beating Shevchenko and Rose just, what's going on? I think momentum and that, and who knows? I don't know. Calvillo's looking good. I think she's
I like the fact that
swinging in her way.
I like the fact that Calvillo's like been going around different gyms. Was at like Uriah Faber's gym at one point. Went to like Tiger Muay Thai. Then came back. Has been around here, aka exactly. So I like that aspect of things, and I also think Andrade is kind of overlooking the fight. This is one of those like, yeah, I'll take Calvillo. Yeah, I don't think I can beat her, and it's like, well, maybe you can't, and it's going to be a good test for her. I think Calvillo's super well-rounded. I think she could beat her anywhere. I think Andrade probably has the power and overall strength advantage, but ultimately,
she relies on that strength.
Well-roundedness and like speed and like technique is probably Calvillo by a thin margin. I think she wins by a split decision, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I think it goes the distance.
Or she obviously wins rounds like 1 and 2, but lost 3. Like she's not winning by more than a point on the scorecard.
Interesting.
On a confident scorecard. There's no chance.
This fight to go the distance, minus 121.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I got Calvillo by decision all day.
Yeah, I would think it would go the distance.
Yeah,
like they're
both tough.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's probably a 10% chance Andrade KOs her.
Yeah, or maybe a sneaky sub, but like,
nah, I don't see the
sub.
I see a slam or a KO by Andrade, and that's the only way this fight ends. Or unless it's some wild Manny P like I poke, like dog shit, but probably not.
Next fight. This is probably the no fight, right?
Yeah, no fight of the night. Curtis Blades 14-3, taking on Jairzinho Rosenstrike 12-2 in the heavyweight division. You already know who I'm rocking with. I'm gonna rock with the D1 homie, Pearce Blaze. Let's get it.
Bro, this is the most slept on fight. And I think Curtis Blades just gets slept on so much just because he's that wrestler. And he's like very like, yeah, fuck you, I'm gonna be the wrestler, and just does it anyways. But yeah, this is all day. I mean, I think Curtis Blades inside the distance is almost a deadlock. If he gets Rosenstrike to the ground, which he will, most likely, unless he gets caught, and Rosenstrike's on his back, it's not gonna end. And Curtis Blades has 2 minutes. No, that fight's done. It's done.
Yeah, and even in his last fight, I know I'm sort of biased because I'm a big fanboy, but like Blades looked good striking against Lewis for the first couple. Like
look at Jay. Look at him.
Wasn't it his second round that he got KO'd? Like it wasn't the first round all Blades, and it was like, yo, he could like put it on. He had D. Lou in some hurt positions. And then all of a sudden he shot
poor man D. Lou.
Correct. Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And then D. Lou put him away, and it's like I don't think Rosenstrike has that ability.
Yo, that should be the next fight, honestly. It should be Derek Lewis and Rosenstrike. That would be a bang.
That'd be a great fight.
It'd be two guys standing with double-barrel shotguns staring at each other.
It'd be like that Spider-Man meme where they're like, hey, it's you. And they're both pointing at each other.
Literally. Blades by TKO is plus 120, which I kind of like that.
I like it because it's
better than minus 1.
It's going to be a TKO via ground.
I like inside distance. Who knows? I don't want to risk it.
I don't see a sub. I see a TKO.
I could see anything.
I think Blades wants to make a statement. So I think if he has that moment where he could sub him, I think he's gonna just
Blades,
he's just gonna rain
elbow, fucking ground.
The only thing that honestly terrifies me at this point is that all three of us are heavy on Blades. And then it's going to be in probably all of our overall minus 315
for Blades. All right.
That's why I kind of gave
We're riding with Big Dog, Chicago's finest. Let's get it. Next fight.
Yeah, I got to limit him in parlays, but I'm big on him.
The Matty P fight of the night.
Ooh. Little 5-rounder here. We got Robbie Lawler, 28-15, taking on Nick Diaz, 26-9. In the middleweight division, originally it was going to be welterweight. Nick Diaz said, fuck you bullshit, we're making it middleweight. They're running this back. This is the second fight. First fight was back all the way in 2004, 17 years in the making. That fight was crazy because Nick Diaz came out, and as he was walking and entering the ring, he was screaming at Robbie Lawler, "This is Stockton, motherfucker. This is Stockton." And it fucking got in his head. The way he was saying it was such a serious look, like, "This is Stockton, motherfucker." Just, that played a role in that fight.
When I was trying to, remember that fight, I remember that fight, pre-UFC. I didn't watch the UFC at that point, but I remember that as, Internet 1.0 when I saw the Stockton motherfucker videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even want to call it YouTube because I don't think it was YouTube. It was just I don't know, I asked Jeeves for some shit, and I ended up getting some fucking Stockton motherfucker. So, I remember seeing those clips and stuff, and then, looking back on it, was like Jesus, that was pre, even me watching the UFC.
But, yeah, that first fight was interesting because Robbie Lawler was aggressive as fuck, and Nick Diaz used it against him. He's like, all right, I'm going to just counter-strike him. And I sort of feel like that's going to be the same result in this fight. It's sort of interesting how Nick Diaz has had statements lately of, I'm scared going into every fight. I don't know how I feel going into every fight. Why the fuck did you put me up against Robbie? I already beat his ass. There's no point in doing it for me. So it's just weird.
I think the fact
is that just him being a Diaz, or
I think the fact that y'all
if you look at all of his shit, he's always talking like this, where you're just like, dude, someone would cut his mic. Why is he even talking like that?
That's the thing about Nick Diaz, and that's why
he's so real. And so real.
He's so real to the point that I think every individual statement and thought is independent of every other statement and thought. Just being yeah, I'm scared to fuck scared as fuck to fight anyone. But I will also kill anyone that I'm across from. Are two independent thoughts from him that are both true. And that's where it's just like you can't read anything into what.
When someone asked him if he loved MMA,
Bro, Lawler looks good, dude.
I love it so much that I hate it, and I hate it so much that I love it.
Yeah, like if you heard him at the presser.
Y'all know I'm a huge Diaz fan, but man, Lawler looks good, man. Lawler looks ready to go, ready to rip. He's been training at Sanford MMA. I don't know if you guys know that. That's a big deal.
I think he gets
he's been Mr. American Top Team. He was Mr. American Top Team. So him switching clubs to Sanford, I'm like, oh no, that's scary. He's training with all the boys over there, like.
Right.
He
gave me big RoboCop vibes, where he just like every interview from him has just been like, I've come here to do my business and participate in a fighting event. And I'm just like, I don't know. He just seems so dry.
Robbie Lawler gonna get boofed.
See, this is a hard fight for me because Robbie Lawler is one of my favorites too. Like you would think I'd just be leaning huge Diaz, but I really Robbie Lawler is probably one of my top 5.
Nick Diaz by third round KO.
Fighters of all time.
You think he's gonna put him out?
Nick Diaz, Nilly is sponsoring this parlay.
Okay.
Meaning,
I'm listening.
What does that mean?
What is that parlay?
Curtis Blades, money line.
Got it.
And Nick Diaz by third round KO.
I don't know if I can do by the round KO.
All right, but Nick Diaz by KO and Curtis Blades. That is the nil parlay.
The nil parlay is playing out on the Barstool Sportsbook plus 758 for a 2-teamer. I like that.
Nick Diaz is going to finish Robbie Lawler, bro. And we're all going to be like, oh, put him up against him, do this, do that. And he's going to fucking walk away.
I'm down.
And he's going to come back in 4 years when all the sponsors and all the fans really, really get at him to come back. And he's going to come back again. And that's it. He's going to win
I
this
don't
fight.
want to say what I truly think is going to happen.
All right, let me hear it.
Let me hear it. It's bad. It's not what I want.
Dr. Stoppage.
I ain't never been scared.
He's been gone for 6 years, dude. He doesn't look that good. I don't know if he's even been fighting. I know he's been drinking. And I know he's been smoking. And I know he's been having a good time. He doesn't sound that good. He doesn't look that good. He hasn't fought in a long fucking time. I think he could get washed, dude. Like, and I think this could be on some BJ Penn shit at the end. Like, and that's what scares me. Is what's that?
But he has that Diaz blood where it's just like street fight when it's on, it's on. Like it doesn't matter how well.
But Father Time is undefeated, man, and it ain't a street fight. And Diaz may not lose street fights, but this ain't a street fight.
That's fair.
Diaz by KO.
Love it.
So
that was the flip turn I did not see coming from either of you. But next fight, we got a belt on the line.
Oh yeah, I'm juiced for
it's
this
still
fight.
Team Diaz all day though. It's Team Diaz Army, by the way. You feel me? I'm still rocking with my guy.
Valentina Shevchenko, 21-3, taking on Lauren Murphy, 15-4 for the female flyweight.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Strap of the world.
I'm sneaking a quick little $5 on Lauren Murphy because
I might put a little more.
Lauren Murphy inside the distance because her middle name's Lucky. Just simply off that, or not her middle name. What's her called name? Her fight. It's Lauren.
Yeah, her nickname. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, it's some movie shit. So fuck it, I'll throw 5 on it. I'll be a
Yeah, it's like playing roulette. Just like,
yeah, I want to be a part of the movement. But
why not?
But have Valentina inside the distance and like everything else. But
I mean, Valentina is probably the GOAT, but dude, Lauren Murphy is a bad motherfucker. There ain't nothing about it. Like, Lauren Murphy is slick, and I love her answer to the press conference. They're like, well, what's going to be different about this fight? And she goes, nothing. nothing's going to be fucking different. I've been winning every fight since I got here, and that's what I'm going to do on the weekend. And they were like, well, what's going to be different from the champ? She's like, oh, well, she's never seen anyone like me. And I'm like, I just like that confidence because, like, I feel like some of these, especially in the women's division, these Shevchenkos and Nunez's, deservedly so, become these, like, godlike fighters where it's like some people are just terrified to even step in the cage with them and the fight's over before they even start. Now, we will say, we have seen it with some Shevchenkos and Nunez's. The people who are dumb enough to not be scared of them get into trouble too. So
I'm not it's a balance of like of respecting it, but also not being scared of it and still doing what you do.
Right.
The jig is up on Lauren Murphy.
Yeah.
Big facts. This lucky streak of hers.
Okay. I thought you were.
Roll the dice one more time. All in. On black. Put it on black. Come on.
Yeah, bro.
One more
this
roll.
This whole little streak of hers is fucking done. She ain't sniffed anything like Shevchenko. She could walk 10,000 miles in the desert, and she wouldn't even come close to Shevchenko.
Looking at their records, I could definitely see Murphy being 15-5.
Yeah.
Bro, Shevchenko by first round finish. Don't even think
Murphy's never been finished.
Don't care. She's going to get head kicked into oblivion. She also hasn't fought Valentina Shevchenko. Like, that's also a fact.
Hey.
It's going to be a nice
if you are trying to
Murphy wins, bro.
This is interesting, though. With Shevchenko being...
Well, I came into this in mind being like, I'm taking Murphy. These guys are definitely going to handle Shevchenko. And you fucking idiots were big Shevchenko or Murphy to start. So now I'm rocking with the bullet Shevchenko.
I will say...
Easy money.
I will
Front
say...
kick to the dome. Broken fucking nose. Fight over.
Looking at Shevchenko, minus 1430, there's no way to bet that. But... Shevchenko by knockout, minus 134.
Oh, no, hammer it.
Nah, she could sub her too. She likes mixing up, and she is all.
I know.
Oh, she gonna hit her.
I want victory first. I don't care if it's submission or knockout.
Valentina Shevchenko is gonna clobber Lauren Murphy in the dome piece, and she is gonna fall. That is how this fight is gonna end. No disrespect to Lauren Murphy. She's a pretty solid fighter. She's better than anyone else. She's just not better than Shevchenko.
That's fair.
Hot take.
Shevchenko, good. Put her on the...
What do you want me to say? You guys are like, yo, Murphy.
Put her on the presses. I don't know. It's more fun. Better odds. All right. For all the reason everyone came.
All right, main event. We're talking Alexander Volkonovki, 22-1, taking out Brian T. City Ortega, 15-1 for the featherweight championship of the world. What are we thinking, fellas? What are opening thoughts?
Man, I am so strong on Volk that I'm scared that he's gonna lose now.
You want to know what my original thought was when this fight was first announced? Way back when, before all this COVID, before the Ultimate Fighter, Ortega by second round submission. But I also thought they're gonna have a trilogy, and I think Volkanovski is gonna win the trilogy. And now that
have a second fight before,
correct, but I think that's gonna happen right away because of all this COVID nonsense. The Ultimate Fighter, the hype. He said he's
Max
a steroid cheat
like that, bro. Max is not getting like that.
Don't matter.
All right. Well, y'all just broke my brain because I was figuring I had my Team Volk CKB brother right next to me, and I was ready to go fucking toe-to-toe with fucking T-City Ortega, the Cali boy over there. And
no, I'm rooting hard for Volkonovski, and the more the fight leads up to it, the more I'm hearing the interviews. He said you're a drug fucking cheat at the presser, and Ortega tucked his tail and looked like he might cry. That was a big tell telltale to me how calm fucking Volkonovski is with every interview, with everything he's doing. He just seems like he's ready to go. But when the fight was first announced, I was like, ooh, could be a rough night for Volk. Ortega could easily sub him second round. I could see it.
Volk,
I think Volk's going to dominate.
I do think the difference with. Go ahead.
Okay, you want to know what threw me off? It was the whole love episodes with Tracy Cortez. All of the lovey-dovey, them doing this and that. I'm like, bro, Volk is over here away from his kids in another country, just grinding every day. He just looks insane, and he's just all he can think about.
Shaved his fucking head,
and he's out here dancing on the street at the taco truck with his lowrider, dancing with Tracy Cortez all night. And I'm like, bro, Volk is out here fucking grinding right now. What are you doing, buddy?
I think that was a super smart move by Volk to shave his hair for this fight.
Yep.
Get all sweaty. It's hard to submit him. You know he's going after guillotines. It's what it was.
You know he's gonna be greasing up that shit before he walks in with all the fucking eye stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I think exactly like you said. I think this is going to be, like we've talked about, levels to this shit. This is Volkanovski is going to show that he is a champion level fighter. And there's a fucking difference, especially in these dominant divisions like featherweight, where if you want to be a good fighter, you can hang around the top 5, top 10 with a sick ton of skill, and T-City got a sick ton of skill. That's no fucking doubt. But if you want to be a champion, you got to fucking eat this shit. You got to breathe this shit. You got to live this shit. That's got to be everything. It's got to consume you. And the Ultimate Fighter is what showed me that shit. Like those little things, like him being late at the fight, like him the second that he started losing a couple fights. Volk didn't change through the entire season. When he was down 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4, he was the exact same guy. He gave the exact same training. He gave the exact same advice. He gave the same shit to his team. His team never changed. Ortega's team was fucking night and day. The second they're winning, everything's good. They're at the fucking taco truck. And then the second shit starts losing. He starts clamming up. Everything's quiet. Everything's bad. This is fucking, I'm completely out on Ortega.
Well, also two times I've heard Ortega say. Once he said, before I just let winning and the belt consume me, now I'm in a better place because I don't care if I win or not about the belt because I'm like, I didn't like that. And not because I didn't like his mentality, because that's a good thing to be in that grateful state, and it will maybe help him.
Right.
But I know on the opposite side, winning matters so much for people. And when that matters that much, it matters more than any of the whatever the hell you're talking about right now. And when winning is that important, like Michael Jordan, that MJ, that Mamba mentality, that ain't just the I don't
Charles
care and I'm grateful for
Charles Barkley loved to have fun. He's a great guy. He's had a ton of success in his life. Hall of Fame career, all that shit. But when it came down to fucking win time, when it was that champion level shit, the guys who just eat that shit, the Michael Jordans, the Volkanovskis, they're gonna win that shit. And did you even see that the presser, his answer to that, where he was like, yeah, this guy's unprofessional, he's showing up late to everything. And when the reporter asked Ortega, goes like, well, what do you have to say about him saying you're unprofessional? And he was just like, well, I guess we just have like different perspectives in life. Like he likes to.
I'm like, bro, you loaded right now?
He's like, seriously. He was like, well, man, I know it sounded like an AA meeting or something. He was like, well, man, some people like to be told what to do, and I kind of like to just do my own thing. And I was just like, dude, fuck you. Like, any people like that, I don't care how big of a star you are.
It feels entitled.
Yeah, he feels like he came from nothing. And he built up his own world, so now the world revolves around him. And I hate people like that. Because Volkonovski, he's on the top of the world.
Brian
You don't
did
think
have
about the
the
word.
last line though, but this line also reflects the whole message. And when he was like, "Fuck the belt, I'm coming for your head." And remember, he's like, "No more words." Did you see that? It was
Yeah,
like just
I saw it.
the final face-offs, and he was like, "No more words. Fuck that belt. I'm coming for your head." And I was like, "All right, that was a cold ass line." Then he dropped the mic and dipped. But then at the same time, I'm like, it's still the same message. If you're saying "fuck the belt" because if you lose, it's an easy way out to me. You already said the belt. I don't care anymore. And
I'm just happy, man.
That's a mentally because that's something that I used to do. That's why I reflect on that, and I'm like, I used to do shit like that when I knew I was going to lose, but it would be a defense mechanism because I hated losing. That's what I would do to not, in my head, help me not lose or feel it as much. So I can, if that's what he's doing, I can sense it, and I don't like that.
For a guy like Volkonovski, losing is not even an option.
No.
Like, that's not even in the consideration.
At the end of the day, I just don't trust the corner and the coaches of Brian Ortega to come up with a better game plan than the corner and the coaches of Alex Volkonovski. I feel like every time he comes into a fight, he's well prepared and he has a solid game plan to execute it. And
you don't beat Matt Holloway twice without having. Debatably the second, of course, but you don't beat him twice without being able to adjust on.
And the Ultimate Fighter really showed it. The coaching on Ortega, I thought, was trash. They have the one guy just says, "We're coming up, champ. We're turning the corner, champ. Yep. We're taking the back, champ. We're taking the back, champ. We're coming up, champ. Yep. Just turn your elbow out and game hip, champ. Yep. Shrimping, champ. We're shrimping, champ.
Yeah.
Yep. We're getting
Ortega's team didn't learn a single name on that entire thing. Everything was like, "Yep, champ. Here we come, champ. Let's go, guy."
Oh, boy. He gets fucking kicked. It would have subbed like 2 seconds later.
That was so bad. And you know what? Honestly, everyone's saying like, "Oh, Ortega's going to sub him and shit." I'd be pissed off if we did not say the name Frank fucking Hickman on this podcast. He's been in Vegas training with our dog Frank. How the fuck is Ortega going to get to the ground? How's he going to get those thick tree trunks of that rugby player? No one in the NRL could tackle Volkonovski. How the fuck is this skinny dude from LA going to do it?
He was like living and training with Craig Jones the whole time.
Yeah. Wait, you get to roll with Craig Jones? Yeah, every day.
There was a recent clip that came out and Volk was like, "Yo, when I first met up with Craig out here, he's like, he would submit me all the time, and he's like, now barely ever. He's like, the difference is night and day, and to be able to pick his brain was awesome."
Yeah. So I really think that he's going to have that defensive game from Craig and from Frank, and that's going to force Ortega into and I think Ortega mentally is weaker, where he's going to end up, he's going to get stuffed on a few takedowns, and then he's going to get frustrated, and then he's going to get into the firefight like we saw with Max and Volk. And I don't think this fight's going to the ground. He's going to be ready for
Fresno State.
Fresno State fun couldn't cut.
But yeah, I think Volkanovski
touching the ground.
I think Volkanovski is going to win the majority of the striking stages. When they do clinch, I think it's going to be open mat clinches. I think Volkanovski is going to win the better of that the strikes, and that's going to cause Ortega to disengage. I think Ortega looked great in his last fight because it was easy to read Zombie, who either just sat there or went forward. Volkanovski not going to do that. Too much movement. I think Volk's really going to pick him apart. But I also think Ortega's going to land one killer shot. He's going to land one killer shot. And can he finish the fight in that shot? If he can, he's champ. If he can't, he's toast. And that's honestly how I see it.
Watch them Volk leg kicks.
But there is a part of me that's deathly scared that the minute I heard this fight announced, it was like, Ortega.
Yeah, you're right. I could kind of see like a Burns versus Usman thing where it's like, oh shit, we're scared, and then it just kind of, okay, it's Usman, and it's Volk, and they'll just kind of take over.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dominant ass performance by Volk, but one spinning elbow, and it's like, oh shit, Ortega. Here we go.
I've absolutely been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. But in my heart of hearts, I think there's levels to the shit. I think there's only one championship level fighter in this fight. And that's Volkonovski.
Well, shit, you
That's
said
it.
it best, man.
Anything else before we're up?
No.
Can't
All
wait
right.
for tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss the flight because I'm gonna catch a flight. I'm
But
stupid as shit.
catch me and Matty P on our
I'm
YouTube
so dumb, dude.
and
I'm so
our
dumb,
Twitter.
dude. I'm so
We're gonna be
dumb,
live
dumb,
streaming
dumb,
for you
dumb.
266. Millie's a moron, but catch us live tomorrow.
Idiot.